what happens though. Well, this is going to be game 3, I suppose. I think. Sorry about that. Dying on me. Game? Terrible.
I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
Drew Lock. That's interesting. Drew Lock.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. 54. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Lock now on first down. Picking up here with Trent Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. On first down, Lock.
Oh, yes, I did feel the game.
And it's incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when they're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame. They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on third down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
Probably do.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Golden Tate.
And build that team all the way up to the Super Bowl.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback out of North Carolina State. It's Phillip Rivers.
In some ways, he reminds me of a past NFL great who played the quarterback position as well. Jawing with the opposition, trash talking a little bit, doesn't mind getting hit and battered around some that kind of gets him into the game. But once it's time to lock in, Phillip Rivers does that as well as any quarterback in the league.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On second down, here's Barkley.
And that's That's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Fowler. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Not a good omen.
Right now, I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing his lock on third down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Phillip Rivers now gears up to lead the offense on the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, they did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players and somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. A first down carry for Barkley. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gordon hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A toss out to Barkley, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6, and now 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last time, but fell incomplete. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when he left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Who's looking now to get to offense?
The drive begins with a handoff to Gallman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now Locke on the bootleg. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, you don't want to see the field goal kicker trying on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Give him 3 yards there on the first down pickup.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Hopkins. What are you talking about?
And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10.
Really good.
They get just 2 out of it there, and it's second down. He was out there waving his arms. When you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention. Because now you're in scramble zone. So everyone's adjusting their route, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
New celebrations on here.
Saquon Barkley taking it in. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the rookie Saquon Barkley, the one who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From midfield, here's Locke. Staying on his feet.
Oh, come on. He's not that good.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, but it's going to be second down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Cover 3, I can't remember what I had last time. Cover 3.
So a jump there defensively.
Those who open on
and
the
it's a
other
killer.
side.
Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Locke going to throw.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often. But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They come after them, they've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And
he caught in his hands,
incomplete.
See, like, God,
trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle, and even 40 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Rivers again. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 yards on the play. First down.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there. Really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
10 to 15th game plan.
To the air again here, Rivers. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score in the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it all culminates with a Seattle score. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you.
Yeah, get pushed, number 11. Who are you, 11? Nobody, that's who you are.
They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 4th down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations.
Did you pay attention to the other animations that their tackle has been made, like for Zach?
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
They actually had their own style into it and make them dances and stuff like that. They added that to it, which is pretty sweet because it kind of makes who the player is, you know. Especially Cleo Mack, man. When you see Cleo Mack get tackled, do you not see him do his little special move?
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Denver. On the return, it's Tate. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
I do like
that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
And
here's a give to Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point try, good by Gano. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley.
They have other videos.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Watching games like that, you guys watching, or go on Twitch.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run.
Hopefully you enjoy it.
Block now on first down. And that'll be knocked away.
What's wrong with
it's
you, Randall?
incomplete.
Randall, that should be an
Demarius
interception there,
Randall that
Randall.
time
What's
there
wrong
to
with
knock it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league.
If you like this,
so even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Like this,
they had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at third down here. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring
you don't
him
like
down.
it, put a kind of block.
Mississippi State man Chris Jones with a sack there. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that?
All right, Randall.
His defense.
Redeem yourself.
Yeah.
Wagner, you're right there. What the hell's wrong with you, Wagner?
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? Right. It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
But the
defender
defender
thinking
had
about
you
burning
do.
these timeouts. They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the
you guys know that.
Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Hey, Urban.
I'm gonna put one hand outside.
To throw, Rivers. Toward the pylon.
There we go.
And
good job.
Score again. Yet another touchdown as they
I do not know what difficulty
total.
this is. I know it's not
still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time? That maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them. But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about play positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play?
With a higher ranking,
Gano the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the deep.
There you go.
And the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
That kind of a deficit,
you guys are watching,
you can't
what is your
afford to make any kind of mistakes.
Or favorite
but it's been pretty
team?
symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. A handoff to Barkley.
Big hockey fan. Check his out.
Check his first down and more inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks. But that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well.
Again, you probably
so
not
that
seen
means they're going to redouble their
faster.
efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
It's okay.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads.
There was no guy open, I believe so. I didn't know
right up the gut.
So after 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 11 yards there, first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear that?
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Gano now to add the extra point.
You want to see me on other videos, go over Kodak.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive. And the rookie Saquon Barkley, the one who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
What is it? You still have
this is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football.
That was a sweet catch, and then the 15 right there, Taylor. That's nice.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He was over
at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now the pass brought in by Roberts. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. The tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder what plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on. They just play better and better.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
That called and was there at that game because that should have been a...
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. That is caught at the 7. And he'll be
I don't know what date it's
about
supposed
a half
to
to
start.
a full yard shy of the 5.
That's my man right there.
Good pickup there,
That's my man.
26 yards.
Big Seattle fan over here, and DK McCaffrey. I think he would be the new... He's the new Megatron.
Plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
If I had him on my team,
again, they'll throw with Locke. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal.
Here, jump that ball. I'm going to say that. You guys are watching this.
And here just playing for pride at this point. Down big, but they'll go for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And he's across from
he put his
too late. But he does get in for 6.
No
that play
wonder
happened.
you just
I think
beat
that's
me
Cam
in our
Newton.
fantasy league.
Indeed, I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the
Hey,
fantasy guys.
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
I agree with you totally on that one.
He does that play.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This fielded at the 2.
Oh, cut for life. Cut for life.
Golden Tate's gonna go. And he takes it in for the score.
I'm in this game.
So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. A little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game,
my ultimate team, I actually switched them up for Lions defense and offense because it's better for running and shortcuts for the wide receivers I have in ultimate team. Especially when I have 82 or 83 overall. I think 82. Special when you pre-order this game. I got the what is it? I got Christian McCaffrey, running back for the Carolina Panthers. He is a really beast this year. If you guys do play fantasy football, I do recommend getting him in your 1st or 2nd round. Definitely, no doubt. He's gonna be a beast this year, catching and running. I don't know about. I would believe he'll be really, because Cam Newton, he did say that he has a pitch limit to his arm. Run it too much. Hey, I got tipped out. Well, if you guys do play fantasy football, that would be my recommendation for running back this year, since a lot of players are getting injured right now. Like my first chance is to get Kareem Hunt. He's on the ground, but he's suspended for I don't know how many games yet. Like, I feel like he's suspended for 3 or 4. If you guys know, please put a comment on there so I can know. Halfway there, guys. Sorry, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the big skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards. You just on your 5th grand. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up.
This will be game 3. Yeah, game 4. Game 4 for this MUT draft. Hopefully we'll do something with it. If you guys are just joining us right now, this is Madden 20. If you don't see the thing on there, yes, I did pre-order this game, and it's a real good game so far in my eyes. It's definitely worth $60. I paid, I think, $78 US for this one. It's gonna be worth the money if you guys are big Madden or NFL gamers or EA gamers. EA for like certain games, We don't want to talk about Battlefield right now.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of NC State. It's Phillip Rivers.
I'm actually old enough to remember him hitting the league, and so many people
I have a feeling this year for
at the time. A little bit unorthodox.
NFL, my team to go this year,
talks about it anymore except in admiration. The ball
I'll
gets
be
to the
happy
target
if they go
really
into
well,
the playoffs.
and usually with big production.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
There's a ball thrown right side. And
that's pretty good, though.
A game
pretty
there,
good. I like
30
that.
big ones.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out.
Yeah, I think I see the problem now. I actually see the problem.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us to their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last
it
one we
is
see.
the game
exactly
value.
right about that.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
It's not bad, though. Kind of like it. I enjoy it.
Round 80.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I got you, 88. I got you.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he finds a man. It's Olsen.
This should have been an interception.
And
The AIs were smarter. I do believe this is probably
his first catch. Good for 14 there and a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive. And they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
I just wish Hopkins spins faster. Come on, we've both seen that game.
The aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd
Maybe
and
another run can
short.
happen with Barkley. I don't know. Probably.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
180. Black 15.
Hopkins maybe.
A first down throw here for Rivers. This will be caught at about the 5.
Hopkins is going to be covered on that section.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. We're scoreless after 1. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts.
Terrible
here,
kick.
Right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you're building break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that.
I don't know how Miami's going to do this year with Fitzpatrick. Is he going to have his fit magic back? It's going to be interesting. Alright, so for who all is watching, are you guys excited for, or if it's out yet, I don't know if it is or not, for the new Star Wars game. Star Wars game is, I read about it. It's pretty sweet. We have news and news to make sure we don't fuck it up.
On 1st and 10, Stafford.
That's just scary.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. Said and done. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Did you fix anything? Because I didn't do nothing at all. Maybe I was speaking up a little bit louder?
First carry for James Conner. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half.
I still think it's the game that's louder than me, and I don't believe that should not.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Oh, it's just so close.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice and ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
That's fine. Okay.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando, and Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. One that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. On third down, Rivers. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally, wrestled down at the 11.
I did not know Phil Rivers is 6 out of 6 right now at 109 yards. I did not know that.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good...
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots. And he usually
I like it when you share that in Rage Chat.
on for the extra point.
Who's going to watch me play this game in our Rage Chat? No one likes football except me.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Back to the air. Stafford on second down. Finds his running back, James Conner. And they work this well upfield across the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run. A first down. Stafford toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw, Stafford. That's complete to his running back, Conner. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Anymore, guys.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I like it when, like, I'm so used to my
They're a physical
team.
group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room.
We got 3 timeouts.
This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football.
I thought the defender was... Yeah, that was weird. I thought he was going to stop when he got that block, but now he's going to push back more. Weird.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing, Rivers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll
That's
be
Hopkins. How can you drop that ball, bro? That's Hopkins.
Now.
What's going on with you?
The Seahawks on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Play fake, Rivers. And the tight end Olsen, right side. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That should have been my first play. I don't know.
Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step in the
Final play of the half, Rivers. Forced out to his left. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2.
Sorry, they're wrong.
I would agree with that.
Certain ones are right. They seem right. I can see that, but it's just some of them just...
I think they wanted to be positive with them.
Like,
Guys,
why is the Eagles
just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed during the football. I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback.
Well, you guys are, but you gotta be happy. I don't hate you as much.
50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Good hit there, number 21.
That's those passes out that far wide.
Wow.
Always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now it's Tate. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
I don't know how we believe that.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But I'm
in the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams? Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told,
I like my tight end.
And I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. On 1st and 10, Rivers. He's got his man. This is Tate. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
This is why I like tight ends, man, because like this.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second
They're big,
7.
man. They're an overall type of player. They can just block for you, they catch for you.
To the air again here, Rivers. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Fullback.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there, creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps a deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Play action. Stafford. And Beasley with it over the middle. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
This is a game I cannot lose. I'm like halfway there.
They'll make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good...
And Connor will ram his way in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Hey,
9 yards on the touchdown
blame
run.
on the player.
And the Dolphins have tied it. Now they can take the lead with the extra point. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And that one puts them on top here in the third. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark.
Third quarter.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Good start in field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rivers. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow,
good catch.
through defenders,
what I'm talking about.
Using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
And he'll get about 4 there there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air? And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
That was close.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
It really helps out, by the way.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them. Unable to do so on that play.
Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. And all the way in for a touchdown.
Wow.
Will Fuller, 67 yards.
Well, was pretty quick.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays.
Tie game 21-21. Wait a minute.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Rivers to throw it. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but...
Oh, that is the gayest shit I ever seen. That is so stupid, guys. That was the most... Wow. Second I saw that tip, I was like, damn, no.
How about that for a momentum switch?
Expect you guys, AI is smart in these tips, so be better when you're fucking throwing, I guess. God damn it.
To take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And now it's second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities
I feel like an idiot.
Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here.
He didn't cross it. He didn't cross it.
That's what's vital to them.
He did. What the fuck?
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Now a play fake here on first down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
Oh, that's tough.
Beasley.
That is
For a Miami touchdown.
Love it. I fucking love it.
Beasley in the final minute, and the Dolphins have broken our
not a
ties. They
game.
take the lead.
It's not a game.
I don't know how many more
When
of these
you're on
my
the
heart
urge
can
of
take,
losing,
my man.
okay?
I just
It's not a
don't
game.
know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control.
Got a minute
but
left,
Still
3
there's
times.
a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Rivers gets set to lead this offense. Down 28-21, 56 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Let's go to overtime. I don't trust myself on that.
Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember,
Just stop him.
is it a straight line 75 yards, too? Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up.
Wow, guys. Like, I did a total fuck up. I did a
zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Will Fuller in the final minute, and the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead.
One of my CBs kind of just.
Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
It tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the focus shifts to the Seahawks offense. Trailing by a touchdown. A little under 30
I'm sorry,
seconds
guys.
remaining.
Like, this might be a little
they need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is across.
Give me that back, buddy. Give me that
and
back.
Now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown,
I should have. I know I should have, everybody, but I'm not trusting myself.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be fielded at the 8. Able to power through. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is counter. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Stafford. And this is intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return. But I don't think they care. They've got the football back.
Can this play happen again for the 3rd time straight? Is it going to happen? I'm going to do it.
180! 180!
I got more people on that one side.
Let's see what you got.
Following the interception here, Rivers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about!
How do you get that
One of the most improbable ways to
That's what you do right there, baby.
They do win it on the final play.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it?
So I should not be this excited because it is AI, but that was a tough game. It got interesting, but then I did a lot of stupid mistakes, and that's what happened. So that was pretty interesting. Wow, I still can't believe I had that much high completion than over at Stafford, but okay. As you can see on the score summary, look at that. That was a tough game. If you guys are just tuning in on us, yeah, it was just a tough game. I will be back on shortly. I'm just gonna get off this one right here. You guys have a fun day. Go check out Kodak Rage on Twitch and on YouTube. Have a good day.